What is the return of investment to give somebody that's fine as hell, a beautiful woman, $50,000 a month?
What we find normal, the nighttime girls, might not be normal for you. For us, it's regular seeing $50,000, $60,000. Now for you, it might be $2,000, $5,000, or maybe you see that type of money in a year.
What is the return of investment? Does it make sense financially for you to give somebody $50,000 a month just for them to be your girlfriend? They don't like you. They don't really care about you. They only care about your finances. Now, if you're a rich man, a billionaire, then it's nothing. It doesn't matter to you. You have probably a harem full of females. You probably got about 10 of them. But to just a regular man that worked hard, that did some investment, got properties, doesn't make sense. What is your return of investment to invest $50,000 into a woman that doesn't really like you? I'm just saying. That's the discussion we're going to have today on this video. I need to break it down, tell you why you shouldn't do that, why it doesn't make sense, and why instead you should take your money, travel overseas, or find a woman that is heavily invested into you, that is not about money, that want to see you grow and do not want you to waste your money on them.
Because in order for me to sit down, somebody have to pay all my bills. And not just my bills. I need extra money because you can't give me my bill money and then I'm left with nothing.
You can't just, you all right?
I mean, she's fine as hell, but what is the opportunity cost? Think about it. You take $50,000 a month and you invest into the S&P 500, compounded annually, we're talking about millions. So why would I invest $50,000 in a woman? If I had it, I don't have it, but if I had it, why would I invest $50,000 into a woman when I know I can invest into a company, build businesses? Why would I do that? Just because she's fine. Because at the end of the day, she's just like a car.
If you get a brand new car, that means nobody has ever driven it. If somebody has driven the car, it's pre-owned. You cannot buy a brand new pre-owned vehicle. There's no such thing as a brand new used car.
A car that depreciates. Over time with age, she's not going to look the same. So I'm going to put $50,000 in her right here. Meanwhile, over the years, her value goes down, 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 and down, and down, and down, and down, right? She got plastic surgery, and it looks good. I'm not knocking her, but she got plastic surgery, which means when she gets of age, a lot of things are going to start sagging, or she's going to have to re-up and redo those breast augmentations again. She's going to have to get sculpting again. She's going to have to get fake injections into her booty again, because as she ages, her value depreciates. So my $50,000 a month is going to go down to 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, 1, right? So why would I do that? Instead, I'd rather put my money into the S&P 500, leave generational wealth, if I had that type of money, or I would rather go overseas and become a passport bro and find a woman that's just like her, or even better, that's natural, but also have the traditional values of a woman, and I don't have to spend as much money to keep her as my girlfriend.
Brazil. It's an authentic Brazilian in every way.
Now, I'm not saying a man should not take care of a woman. I mean, if you have the means, whatever. But in today's economy, you need two incomes to survive if you want to have a certain lifestyle that makes sense for both of you. However, I understand for rich men, they don't want their girls to work, but won't you get better bang for your buck? Why are you going to put $50,000 into a woman that doesn't make other men charge her $50,000? Because remember, she has dated multiple celebrities, multiple famous people, multiple NBA players and rappers that didn't have to pay anything to spend a night with her. They only had to have status. Meanwhile, you, as an average man, making probably millions, you did really good investments, you have retirement, you have businesses and homes, you got to spend $50,000 a month just to have her as a girlfriend, just a title. Because you know she's probably still out there partying, flirting with other men, Instagram messages, and everybody that's in her DMs and inbox. But meanwhile, you are spending $50,000 a month just to be with a woman who doesn't really like you. What is the return of investment?
About the ROI, you hear me? Return on investment. When is you gonna get your investment back? And we ain't talking about business, we talking about the relationship, we talking about the friendship, we talking about the family members that we always giving into. We always investing our time, our energy, our love, everything we got. We keep investing in it, but it's never reciprocated, it's never come back. Think about that, huh? When is you gonna get the investment back? Because in business, when you invest, you gotta get your money back. You gotta get that money back off that investment that you made. That's what the ROI is about.
There's no return of investment. So it doesn't make any sense. And what's going to happen is a lot of this information that this lady put out on TikTok and other social media is going to trickle down to the average woman, to the woman who's a 5, a 4, a 6. And they're going to think they're the same type of woman and they're demanding the same thing. They may not demand $50,000 a month, but they're going to demand like $5,000 a month, $2,000 a week, something like that, for you to have a relationship with them. Average woman.
If I'm talking to a dude and he asks me, oh, baby, what's wrong? And I tell him what's wrong, and he be like, damn, that's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. Blocked! Blocked!
And that's why Passport Bro movement do exist, because they understand the return of investment. They have taken their dollars, went overseas, got the same type of woman with more traditional values that cares about them, that actually really likes them for who they are without the nonsense and the talk back and the crazy feedback, for a cheaper price. Same type of woman, same looks, tradition values, for a lower cost of price, for the return on investment that makes sense for them in their pockets. I see why they're doing that. Here in the Western society, women who are average women, not on even this girl Ayisha's value, but a lower value like 4 or 5s, asking for men to take care of them and pay their bills because they think they belong up there with these Ayishas and the 10s and the top models and the IG models and all that. You just regular like I am.
So I had a man today ask me if I was ready for a serious relationship. So to answer that, my aunt suggested this, to start to say, yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious for somebody to take care of my mortgage. I'm serious for someone to take me on vacation. I'm serious about meeting someone that wants to pay a car note and my insurance, that wants to pay my phone bill, my electricity, my internet.
You're just average like I am. So how are you going to demand $50,000 a month or $5,000 a month? The return of investment doesn't make sense. This channel is all about the return of investment. And you got to look at relationships as a financial statement. That's right. You got your input costs, you got your output costs. You got your inventory, you got your research, you got your cash flow, you got your investments, your inventory. Yeah, all that's a financial statement, a budget. That's how you got to treat a relationship nowadays. Because if they're transactional, you have to be transactional. I'm speaking to the 9-to-5 brother to make sure you put money into investments that pay you while you're sleeping, pay you for the long term, and to leave generational wealth. I will not advocate for you to spend $50,000 a month or any $1,000 a month on a woman just because she demands you to pay for her lifestyle just to be your girlfriend, just for the title. Not because it's traditional love, it's real love. She actually really likes you.
Living in the era of transactional dating. That's why.
You know, one of the trends that I hope dies, transactional relationships.
This is for a financial transaction. And I'm not saying it doesn't exist even overseas, but you get better bang for your buck.
I don't know what your relationship status is now, but what are you expecting on a monthly basis from financially? Because it's good insight, because, you know, we just have these hypothetical conversations all the time, but just somebody you're like in the top 1% of girls that's actually, you're exposed to that life, right? Like, so what is, you say you're spoiled. What does that mean?
Spoiled means I need you to be able to keep up with my lifestyle if you want to be with me.
Financially, what does that mean though? What does that mean? What does that mean on a monthly? What does that mean? Roughly.
Numbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 45, 50.
$50,000 a month. So you need $50,000 a month.
Come on, man. Get out of here with that crap. And she's been used and tossed around for free. Now the next man got to step up and pay $50,000 a month. Meanwhile, Bow Wow smashed for free. Come on, we don't know who else smashed for free. Come on, man. Back in the day when she wasn't popping, when she wasn't popular, that man hit for free. Meanwhile, you got to spend $50,000 a month. You a simp if you do that crap, man. You a clown if you do that. You're a clown if you pay that much money for the average female, for some 4 or 5 or 3, and you're worked all hard all week long, and years you put into your company, into your businesses, and you got to go ahead and give your money away to a female that don't like you. Man, you crazy. You out your mind. Ain't no way in the world I'm doing that. You done worked all hard all your life, 20, 30 years, put in money, establishing vending machines, and you got apartment buildings. You know what I'm saying? You did stock market and trading, and you sacrificed and and child support, how much you paid in child support, and all the money you invested into your life, your time, you went to school, study hard, and then you're gonna go ahead and spend your money on a female that don't like you just so she can say she's your girlfriend? Ain't no way in the world, bro. I'm not doing that, and neither should you.